Greetings! Today, we are going to be reviewing the Transformers Reactivate 2-pack Optimus Prime and Soundwave. These are two amazing figures, Prime being the highlight. So, let's get to it. I'm not sure which one to do first, because they're both good. These things are very backset for me to be able to actually capture them. And Optimus Prime smokestack is clipping off the camera. Nice. Then, if I move him closer, it just gets even worse, so... There. I think a little bit of Optimus Prime smokestack is still being clipped off. Whatever. So, these are two pretty good figures. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say in this review. That rhymed? Screw it. Get out of the way, Prime. Soundwave, you're up. Soundwave is good. He's a decent figure for what he is. Like, detail-wise, both of these figures are amazing. And Soundwave is no exception. Give me a minute. Let me get him into the idle pose. Gonna have to do him vertically. Hello there, how you doing? So he's got a lot of detail in the front. This doesn't open. No button to open it, which is kind of unfortunate. The head looks incredible. However, he does have a red visor, and in the little CGI render on the box, he has a yellow visor, so that's inaccurate. He does have one heck of a backpack. That's basically the entire vehicle mode shoved in there. The arms are pretty well detailed. You got a bit of waffling in there, but that's fine. And the legs are nice. The wheel placement is pretty cool for the transformation, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Articulation. Head is on a ball joint, can look up, can look down, kinda, can tilt side to side, look left to right. His head is tiny. His head is very small. It doesn't really look like that on camera, but once you get him in hand, his head is minuscule. Then his shoulder cannon came as a separate accessory. It can go up, down, and rotate. You don't actually need to remove the shoulder cannon for transformation, which I really like. It's very intuitive. Alright. Arms are on ball joints, can go all the way around and out. There's then a bicep swivel, little over 90 at the elbow. There's a wrist swivel, and then there's a waist swivel, which kind of clicks back into place up front. Okay, the legs. So, instead of the hinge being in the middle here, it's up here, which allows for an incredible high kick. About to kick the goddamn camera, it's so good. But, see, it doesn't start in the middle here, it starts more here. But that means he can't really move his legs back, like, at all, which I don't really think is a big deal. Can go out to the side, there's a bice, there's a thigh swivel, all the way bend at the knee, which is pretty nice, and an ankle pivot. So, articulation is pretty good. Now then, god frickin' accessories. Gun. There's a little G1 looking blaster that pegs in here. Nice. Alright, now then. Transforming this thing is a task, so I like to go to the legs first. I'm going to show you guys this. Rotate at the thigh, bring this little panel up, and then fold this wheel out. That makes a big hollow space there, which they did not engineer the foot to slide into that hollow gap, which I really think they could have done. Bring this panel down just for the time being. The same thing on the other side. Rotate, open, swivel, close. How we get to the torso. The torso is fine, so unfold that portion of the backpack, which is already most of the vehicle. Then there is a double joint back here. So you're going to want to, well, first take these tires that are embedded in here and hinge them down. And then you're going to want to extend this double joint. It can be pretty tight if you can see it in there. Can be pretty tight, but just get that double joint all the way extended. And then if it hasn't done so already, flip the head back. And now you're going to want to straighten out the arms. I don't know how to convey this, but basically you take the arms, detach them from from the torso, and fold them in. And there's a... I'm rotating the wrist. I need to rotate the bicep. Yeah. There's a tab slot right there that'll peg into that tab there, which it kinda does. On my copy, it's kind of a loose fit, but you just want to shove that in there as best as you can. Do the same thing on the other side, so swivel the arm in and tab it into place. For that side, at least, it clicks, and it's one satisfying click. And now we get to work on the rest of the legs. Yippee. It really isn't too hard. So take these wheels, they're on double joints, and fully extend them so they kind of wrap around the waist like that. Then you bring this whole assembly back. I recommend tabbing these back legs in first. There's a tab on the side of the leg here, which will tab into a slot there. And then this panel right here will go out and fill in that little hollow space right there. So just get all of that situated the way it is supposed to be. That little panel there comes in and fills that gap there, and then repeat the same thing on the other side. I recommend doing this first, like the back first, because it stabilizes the front. You're going to need the front to be stabilized because we need to tab these wheels into this. And that can be kind of a pain because the way the double joints are built, they can sometimes be at an angle. So once you get them in, you want to like squeeze them. And then bring up this piece and boom. Sound wave. I really like this vehicle mode. It's like a little armorized, militarized minivan. It would be kind of fun, once again, if they were to incorporate a laser beak, because we know he has a laser beak in the game, and they would have been able to maybe put the button somewhere that they don't usually put it. But if they were to... Because if they were to be able to do that and get this vehicle mode, you could have laser beaks shooting out from the front of the car, and that'd be kind of funny. I don't have any laser beaks, so I can't pretend. But I have Bumblebee Movie Ravage, and I'm going to get Bumblebee Movie Rumble. So, this car actually has articulation. This'll, and I want to say satellite flaps. And of course the shoulder cannon is the same, and it doesn't need to be removed for transformation, like I said, which I really like. Weapon storage. It's a port here that this pegs into. That is it. However, there is some undocumented weapon storage that I saw online. There is a little hollow space here, and there are these tabs back here. So then you can actually see the... God. You can port it in there, which I think looks pretty good. So there is Soundwave's vehicle mode, which is really nice. I, once again, pretty like this vehicle mode. But now it's time for the main attraction, the main reason I bought this 2-pack. Optimus. Let me... and nick. So I can show you the true power of a Prime. Leave a like if you think that was a good Optimus impression. I am Optimus Prime. So detail is incredible. The head, borderline perfection. The eyes are a bit small. They kind of get lost. Everything on this figure is sculpted and detailed amazingly and painted well, too. Right. On. Articulation. Head is on a ball joint. Can look up a little. But then you can untab the transformation hinge to get it looking up more. Focus. There we go. And then it can look down, tilt side to side, look left to right. arms rotate all the way and go out to the side. How you do? There's then a bicep swivel, 90 there. A very tight wrist swivel. When I first got this, I needed to peg in the Energon axe to that hand or this hand, either one, just to rotate it, because it was like being stubborn. But then when I rotated it for the first time, I heard it kind of snap. I'm assuming the mushroom pipe wasn't on all the way or something, and now it works. And there is a waist rotation, no ab crunch due to the way he transforms. There is the legs can kick forwards 90 degrees, backwards about 90 degrees before this starts to get in the way. They can then go out to the side. There's a thigh swivel, a little over 90 at the knee. Pivot. A really good pivot. Mostly for transformation, but whatever. So, accessories. You get his ion blaster, which looks amazing, but doesn't really fit into his hand very well. The port is really small and doesn't really slide into his hand well, so it takes not a lot of course, when I do it on camera, it works perfectly. It takes not a lot to get that out of there. But then, there's the Energon axe, which has like a rock on the base. Focus. Focus on the axe, camera. There we go. So it has like a rock coming out of the base, and then you peg it in and swivel the wrist. And boom, there's Prime's axe. I think it looks really nice. Then he comes with a third and final accessory, and I feel like when we looked at the upper torso, well, you guys already noticed that accessory. He has a matrix. Can just pry these chest windows open, and boom. Can pop it out. Apparently this is the same matrix mold that they've been using since the Transformers Siege toy line in like 2020. Yay! Which I thought meant I'd be able to make this interchangeable with my Legacy Velocitron Scourge, but no. Unfortunately, I can't put this in Scourge, and I can't put Scourge's Matrix into Optimus, but that's okay. Alright, transformation. It's one heck of a transformation. So, first thing I'm going to show you guys is the legs. So, take the ankle pivot it all the way, rotate to the back, take out these gap fillers, then you untab the entire front assembly and just flip it. You just flip it. Then you collapse this gap filler panel down, bring this piece in, and bring the ankle down. Same thing on the other side. Bang! And there we have the other leg. You want to tab those together, put the feet like that, and then we move to le torso. So, T-pose the arms just to get them out of the way. And then for the backpack, untab this red part, and flip this panel up, and flip out an additional panel inside of that panel. A lot of panels. And then you bring this assembly out, and then you rotate these pieces all the way out. And then you take these motors and kind of situate them under there. Now, you're going to want to take this front grill piece and bring it out ever so slightly so you can just... And when you do that, you're going to want to rotate this all the way up. And then, here, you bring these pieces out, and then swivel the wheels out like this, and then these tab together. Then bring this down. There's a tab here that'll peg into that slot, so just pop that into place. into place. There we go. Repeat the same thing on the other side. Should be smooth with that. So Optimus Prime should be doing this. Then bring this panel out and bring out these other panels inside the panel. Once again, a lot of panels. God dang it. Okay, now bring this piece back. Not that. So then you can take Prime's head and bring it down. And then there are these 2 tabs here, which will peg into these 2 slots here. So just peg that in. Now for the arms. If you know any G1 Optimus Prime transformation, you know how this is going to go roughly. So rotate at the wrist. It doesn't, as far as I know, it doesn't say to do that in the instructions, but I would recommend doing it. And then grab the arm by this piece and fully extend out all these panels. Then rotate the bicep like this. So from the front, it should look like that. And then just bend this. It does bend backwards. So repeat the same thing on the other side. Rotate the wrist. Bring the panels out. Rotate out the bicep and collapse. Now, I think we all know what's about to happen. The arms are going to shove themselves into these hollow gaps. So, that comes untabbed way too much. There is a tab here which will peg into a slot somewhere around here. So, you're going to want to try to fit that in there. This can be a bit frustrating, trying to fit this past all the crap in this vehicle mode, but you're just going to want to keep persisting and tab that in. Like that. Then do the same thing on the other side. So, swivel this piece back, try to push it past everything and tab it in. And then you should be able to collapse this, pull this piece down a little, then this should just do that. And then if it doesn't do so already, there are 2 tabs here which peg into these 2 slots. Come on. Just tab in. There you go. There's Optimus, who has an amazing vehicle mode. But before I cover it, we're going to go over weapon storage. So the Ion Blaster, focus. Okay, you can hardly see, but the Ion Blaster has a little port here that will peg into there. So just peg that in, and then you take the Energon X and peg it into this. And there's Optimus. Optimus doesn't really need weapons in vehicle mode because he himself is the weapon. Look at this thing. Look at it. Truck. It's incredible. He's got boosters. Booster engines. In a truck. And then he's got whatever the heck this thing is. To just ram Decepticons. To ram Quintessons. Like, look at this. Prime could absolutely beat the ever-loving crap out of Soundwave. In vehicle mode. Prime could beat the ever-loving crap out of Soundwave. Here are their vehicle mode comparisons, by the way. These two look amazing together. And I'm pretty sure that with the plot of this game, the Autobots and Decepticons... Oh, God. The Autobots and Decepticons team up. So that makes sense with, like, Optimus and Soundwave coming in a 2-pack, and then Starscream and Bumblebee also coming in a 2-pack. I would like to see separate releases of these figures in the future, because I really want that Starscream, but I don't want to pay for another 2-pack. I want to pay for a Voyager, and I want to pay for just a Voyager. Don't do it, cat. Don't jump up on the table. It's a bad idea. You're going to be interrupting a video. You're going to be interrupting prime content here. No, I know you're thinking about it. I know, you want pets. Chill. Chill, dude. Guess we could make this a pet video now. I mean, more views, the better. I'm gonna be uploading a video for Primus Cat. Could you at least go behind the plastic? Thank you. So, I'm gonna be uploading a video of Megatron and Cliffjumper. Maybe. I'm not sure. I have the video made, I'm just not sure if I'm gonna take time out of my day to upload it. Not even sure if I'm gonna upload this. So, I am going to leave you guys to your own now. And the cat is going to investigate my Transformers. Because of course he is. Alright, I will see you guys in the next review. Bye-bye.